Hey leaders, welcome back to another email. This time on video, I'm actually not going to do much of the talking. It's going to be Pedro. Pedro, I'm actually in his office right now. He's away because he's sick with a sinus infection, so you can pray for him. But what I'd like to do, tomorrow is Remembrance Day, and we remember those who have given their lives and given of themselves in order to buy us our freedom. What I'd like to do is I'd like to remember some leaders, and actually one specific leader, as Pedro shares with us, a small group leader that he had who did some significant things for students, who was there at the right times in the right places. This person that Pedro is going to share with us, I think is inspiring for all of us. So as we remember him, I want you also to remember the leaders who have influenced you, people who have impacted you. And then I'll come back to you after we're done. So listen up to Pedro.
Small things are what matter in small group. It's not so only the teaching, it's the little things that you get to do for one another that really show how you care for the students. I had a small group leader, his name is Paul, who did this beautifully. Taught me just about everything I know about small groups just from watching him. He was with a group of boys from the time they were in grade 7 all the way till they graduated and beyond. And I'm going to break up thinking about them. I'm so proud of this guy. He's just amazing. Sorry, I get emotional. He was there for every sport event, every recital, every Sunday afternoon dinner. He was there, prayed for them, taught their Bible, every birthday, never missed one. Crazy amount of time that he did. Every year, he planned a retreat for just the guys. We're going on a canoe trip, only us, for a week, paid for it himself. And he took the holiday time from his family. He had 2 weeks in a month. He took 1 week just to spend with these guys out in the bush. Took them out every year. Nobody else was allowed, only the guys in the small group. It took them out every single time. He was there when they graduated, gave them all presents. Nothing fancy, just something that he thought about every single one of the graduations. He was there for every one of them. He was there when they got married. He was there when the first of them had their first kid. He was at the hospital. It blows my mind. He became part of their life. Whenever they needed something, they would call Paul, and Paul would be there. And sometimes, I feel ashamed when I look at him. Sometimes I wish I was like him more. Because that guy keeps taking care of those kids even though they're married. They're adults. They've moved away. He still sends them birthday cards. I still call him once in a while and we chat. And it's incredible the amount of influence he has in their lives. Because when they need to make a decision, they will call Paul. Whenever they have a problem, they will call Paul. And he may not have anything to say. He will just pray for them. But it was a lifelong small group. It's not just the one group that you have now. It goes on beyond. You can't just think about, but just this semester I'll have these kids and that's it, and they'll move on somewhere else. No, he thought about it these kids are my charges till the day I die. And he still pours into them. And I think it's something that we need to strive for. I'm not good at it, not like him. But I think we can learn from him. I've learned lots from him. Just from watching how he grew these men to be men of integrity. Men that you would look at them and they would go, wow, these guys are solid Christian men. Took him a lot of effort. I'm sure that it was not pleasant all the time. Going through tears, going through trials, going through problems. Having to, haul a whole bunch of boys out in the middle of the bush is not always fun. And dealing with some of them when they're getting in trouble. He became like a second father. Is not fun all the time. But the fact that he was there made a difference in their lives. That's what small groups is all about. It's not just about teaching and going through a curriculum. It's about showing students how to live life as a Christian.
So as you heard that story from Pedro of that small group leader that really impacted students and continues to impact students even into their older years. This is kind of our hope and our dream that we would be those kind of people. So as you think about that leader and as you remember other leaders in your life, what impact are you going to make? How are you going to do that? What are you going to do? What are your next steps? I realize even as I hear the story, I'm inspired and I wonder, how can I be like that leader? Oh, what are your next steps to be not necessarily like that leader, but the leader that Jesus would call you to be? I want to remind you that tomorrow we don't have youth. On Wednesday, Remembrance Day, we take it off and we do what we're supposed to. But this Friday for junior high and also for senior high to serve, we have our Panic, our Activate Junior event. So if you're a senior high leader, encourage your students to come out to that. If you're junior high, encourage your students to come out to that as well. So thanks for listening and watching. We'll see you next week.